Hello, I am Lagosto. Today's video will be my top 10 favorite YouTube videos. You all may think this is actually a remake. It actually isn't, because I actually did not do a top 10 favorite YouTube videos back then in 2020. The rules will be similar to my top 10 favorite and worst YouTubers. The only YouTube videos I've seen, because there's so many YouTube videos on YouTube, and these are all my opinions. Debating which YouTube video was the absolute best was actually really tricky, so the YouTube videos that are all going to be on the top 10 best YouTube videos list can be swapped around in either direction. Also, my other rule is that SMG4 was my #1 favorite YouTuber, and a lot of his videos are really good, so you're going to be expecting plenty of SMG4 videos on this list. So without further ado, let's get started with this list.
Chris, did you see that?
I have been watching SMG4 since 2022. Since February of 2022, I started watching SMG4 a lot. I know at number 10, I have been watching SMG4 videos before this video, but this is the one I remember the most. If I'm gonna be completely honest, Officer Meggy is a really underrated video. A lot of people don't really care for this video, but for me, I actually loved it. The beginning was actually really funny. I love how Mr. Monitor tortures Wario and Waluigi with anime Mario. It's actually hilarious for no reason. The scenes with Meggy and Mr. Monitor interacting with, Mario, Tari, SMG4, and Bob were all equally great. I also love this hilarious reveal where Mr. Monitor's family is just appliances. His son would be a toaster, and his wife is a microwave. The chase scene between the Shy Guys and Mr. Monitor was also really fun to watch. I don't think it was as fun as that scene in Catch the Cheesecake Thief from Lizzie the Radical 15, but it was still fun nonetheless. We also have another hilarious reveal that the civilians are just, monitors. The scene where the Shy Guy kills Mr. Monitor was actually very emotional, but I don't think it was that amazing. The final battle between Meggy and the Shy Guy was actually a very fantastic scene. Meggy is really clever and has done so much solutions on how to stop the Shy Guy. Like the scene where he gets tricked and he thinks Meggy's in that box, but she isn't. It's just a walkie-talkie, and Meggy appears right behind him. So clever. I also think the ending was really funny, but it wasn't anything special. To me, this episode is so enjoyable. I have no idea if there are any negatives in this video, because it's so hard to point out that there is anything negative about this video at all. To me, this video is fantastic and nostalgic. I'm kind of surprised that nobody talks about this episode.
Chris, did you see that?
I haven't really been a huge fan of modern SML, but my favorite modern SML video easily has to be Jeffy Plays Grand Theft Auto 6. To me, this is my favorite SML video of 2023 so far, and my second favorite SML video of all time. This video has one of the most creative plots SML has ever created. This video starts with Jeffy in the virtual reality, and Jeffy thinks he's actually in the game. I love how he beats up Chef Pee-Pee, and surprisingly, Chef Pee-Pee does not get a whole lot of screen time on SML now. And then he starts causing chaos around the town, and I loved every second of this. He first steals Goodman's Lamborghini and then runs over Goodman as well as Tyler. The police scene was one of my favorite parts of this video. Jeffy blowing up cars was actually really entertaining, honestly. This was so fun, I literally cannot stop watching this SML video. The court scene was hilarious. Judge Booby pretty much just carries most of the SML videos now. Here's a hilarious clip from Judge Booby.
I spy with my little eye something guilty! You! Ha ha ha! Like, you fuck!
I admit, the ending was predictable, but it wasn't bad. If you hate modern SML, I'm gonna be honest, watch this video. It's amazing.
Chris, did you see that?
Darth Al Jackson. Definitely on the more simpler side, but still hilarious. In this video, Samuel Jackson does the voice of Darth Vader, and it's so hilarious for no reason that I literally cannot stop laughing about this video. I'm not really a huge fan of Star Wars, but I still love it. Watch some hilarious clips right here.
Oh, man. I will never forgive your ass for this shit. This is some fucked up repugnant shit. Hey, if we want to hear you talk, I will shove my arm up your ass and work your mouth like a puppet. You hear me? You hear me? What? Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
Get the fuck out my face with that shit.
The only reason why it's at number 8 is because this video is only laughs rather than the video actually having some creativity. Okay, the video does have a little bit of creativity. I love how this YouTuber actually puts Samuel L. Jackson lines into Darth Vader, and it's actually really accurate. I do enjoy the first half of this video more, but the second half was special in its own different way.
Chris, did you see that?
I will admit, I enjoyed the final piece a lot more than I should have. I've briefly talked about this video in my top 10 favorite YouTubers. And the reasons for this SMG4 video to be the best SMG4 video of 2021 still holds up easily. This episode is ridiculously powerful. It feels like it's actually saying something to me, which is either a good thing or a bad thing, but it's mostly a good thing. Possessed Axel has got to be the best part of this entire video. Even though I normally think Axel is a very meh character, at least he has a purpose in some arcs. When he isn't in an arc video, that means he's just a side character. But in this video, he is controlled by SMG0 and now is being a sociopath, which I found really enjoyable. The fight between the SMG4 crew and Axel was absolute insanity. I actually love this fight more than the fight in Officer Meggy. Also, Melanie was very enjoyable here. I love how Melanie actually cares about Axel, unlike some other video that I'll talk about in my top 10 worst YouTube videos. Especially right here. I love how Melanie is trying to save Axel from SMG0 corrupting his body. This video unfortunately did not make Melanie go in my top 5 favorite SMG4 characters because of one video I will be talking about in my top 10 worst YouTube videos. Also, the comic with Melanie and Axel was actually really well done. I don't normally like shipping couples, but here it's actually really beautiful. The scene where Axel gets up and starts corrupting the world, turning into an apocalypse, is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in an SMG4 video. Honestly, it is really well done. And then Possessed Axel has gone crazy and then he turns into a giant. This was absolute insanity. The ending of this video was one of my favorite endings in any SMG4 video. And this video is still my favorite SMG4 video of 2021, with War of the Fat Italians 2021 close behind. Do you think I should show you the ending? Alright, here you go. I honestly just love how this video is executed. That's why I love it so much.
Chris, did you see that?
Lizzie the Radical 15 is a very interesting YouTuber. There is a lot of really good videos on her channel, and there's also a lot of really bad videos. On my top 10 best and worst Lizzie the Radical 15 videos, you should probably know what video will be on the list. And my favorite Lizzie the Radical 15 video still has got to be Lizzie Radical's Misadventures Episode 2. Comparing this video to Catch the Cheesecake Thief, it was really close, but this video is a teeny bit better than Catch the Cheesecake Thief. And this video also introduces to my favorite Lizzie the Radical 15 character, Ralph Skipper. Why is Ralph Skipper my favorite? I don't know why. The turf war was definitely a fun watch. It was both really fantastic, and there's also a lot of really hilarious scenes here. Since I didn't show the clips in my Lizzie the Radical 15 video, I'll show them now.
No! Please don't hurt me! I'm too fabulous to die!
Surprise, motherfucker! Yes!
After the turf war ends, Claus and Ralph actually said that they both had a really good time with the turf war. And I actually love that scene. You also can't forget that both Callie and Marie were both really enjoyable here. I don't think this is their best appearances, but it's really close. Just like in my top 10 best and worst Lizzie the Radical 15 videos, I suggest you all watch this masterpiece. It really should be watched by a lot of people, which I think this video is. This video is just so enjoyable to watch. This is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece like literally every other video that is on this list.
Chris, did you see that?
My favorite SML video, if I'm gonna be completely honest, is Black Yoshi's Kool-Aid Problem. As time passes when I watch this SML video, this is officially now my favorite video. And for good reason. This video has one of the most creative plots SML has ever created. I mean, why not create a video where Kool-Aid becomes illegal? That is a really creative plot. And they somehow executed the plot even better than the literal plot itself. The beginning with the crack addict and Finkelshit was really funny. I gotta say, this is one of Tito's best acting in a video since Human Chef Pee-Pee and Bowser Jr.'s Big Vacation. But since this is Black Yoshi we're talking about, he tries getting some Kool-Aid from the Lone Dolphin. And I thought this scene was also pretty fantastic. The Lone Dolphin is one of my favorite characters in SML. I don't think he's in my top 5, but somewhere in my top 10. And then Black Yoshi starts running off with the Kool-Aid and Mario's car, and I actually thought this scene was fantastic as well. The roll your window down scene was also really funny. He jumps to conclusions way too much about the Kool-Aid in a sock. There's also this side plot with the Kool-Aid Man being on the FBI's most wanted list. So they try to catch the Kool-Aid Man, but the Kool-Aid Man just runs off. And then the Kool-Aid Man enters Mario's house, and I actually thought the Kool-Aid Man was a really interesting and funny character. He is one of my favorite one-time characters. And the ending pretty much just made Kool-Aid legal again, because Finkelshits was mad at the Kool-Aid Man for banging his sister. And the Kool-Aid Man does get arrested at the end for assaulting an officer. This video rocks so much. This video made Black Yoshi my favorite character and topped Chef Pee-Pee. And I mainly like some of the SML videos that do not have Junior or Jeffy in them because I do not like those characters. Jeffy is just mediocre and Junior is just a bad character. All of you diehard Jeffy fans should actually watch an SML video like this. This video is amazing and is perfect.
Chris, did you see that?
Honestly, I could put any Mr. Beast video on this list, but I've survived 50 hours in a maximum security prison is what I call a special kind of masterpiece. I know a lot of people enjoyed the Mr. Beast Squid Game more. I honestly just didn't enjoy it as much as others, even though I did like that video. But this video honestly is the biggest masterpiece on Mr. Beast's channel. The entire video is about Mr. Beast and his friends surviving 50 hours in a prison. And it's actually a real prison. They actually get treated like inmates, like real inmates. And yes, they even try real prison food. And Mr. Beast thinks the food is mediocre. My favorite part of this entire video has to be Nolan. Nolan absolutely carried this video and he went into solitary confinement.
It's so nice having Nolan gone.
Oh, is that Nolan? Hey, Nolan, how's it going, man?
Open this door!
My favorite part of this entire video is where Nolan escapes prison. Well, tries to. Back in my top 10 favorite YouTubers, Mr. Beast was at number 7 on that list. Well, now he's in my top 5 favorite YouTubers of all time. He's not number 1 on the list, but I can assure you that he is one of my favorite YouTubers ever.
Chris, did you see that?
Now on to my second favorite SMG4 video of all time, Maggie's Destiny. This SMG4 movie is perfect. I love videos that are focused on my favorite character, and Maggie's Destiny is no different. I loved the beginning where Maggie talks about her life in Splatoon. Every day she is training for her Splatfest before she met Mario. And when she did meet Mario and the SMG4 crew, Maggie's life has pretty much just became really nice. And however, she did say that last year was rough because of what happened to Destiny in 2019. Before Destiny dies, Destiny says, "You better win Splatfest for me, okay?" So Maggie tries to keep that promise for the entirety of this video. Before the Splatfest actually begins, Maggie, Mario, Luigi, and Tari actually train for the Splatfest in order for them to win it. And surprisingly, since Maggie trained hard enough, Tari actually wins the training for the Splatfest. And then Maggie starts becoming jealous. I don't know if that's the right word. Yeah, she is jealous. The Splatfest in this video worked a lot better in the Splatfest in Lizzie the Radical's Misadventures episode 2. They first had to go through the Splatsicle course, which was really cool. Maggie then encounters another rival of hers, which is the Killer Inc. The Killer Inc. worked as rivals even though they started becoming jerks, kind of for no reason. I didn't hate them though. The obstacle course scene was perfect. I love how since Maggie, Mario, Luigi, and Tari are not Inklings, they have to use more intelligent ways on how to get through the actual course. Like this scene where Maggie is trying to copy Mario's moves, which I actually found really funny. I'm not sure if the splatsicle course was my favorite part of this entire video, but it's just perfect. All the scenes here work well. After the obstacle course, Maggie pretty much just wants to become an Inkling again because there is no humans that are allowed to be served. The next course was the Tower Defense. I actually found this really perfect as well. It did kind of last on for quite a bit, but it didn't ruin this video from being perfect. And sadly, the Splat Squad lost to the Ink Brigade. And surprisingly, Axel is actually really likable in this video, surprisingly. He's mostly just a meh character. He's actually helping Maggie feel better about what actually happened to Dusty and how Maggie lost the Splatfest. But the thing is, the Ink Brigade actually cheated. Mario is being a detective and actually found something that proved that the Ink Brigade cheated. And that proves that the Splat Squad is back in the game. The final battle in the turf war was absolutely insanity. I actually love this scene a lot more than I should have. It's just a normal turf war, but they managed to handle the turf war a lot better than the Lizzie the Radical 15 turf wars. And the ending with Maggie and Dusty was absolutely emotional. I loved this scene. I actually almost cried during this scene because of what Maggie has been going through about what happened to Dusty. So overall, this video is absolute perfection and made me love Maggie's character even more. Since 2022, this has been my favorite SMG4 video of all time, but a recent video actually took that spot.
Chris, did you see that?
I tried to find an SMG4 video that was better than Maggie's Destiny. Until now, the video is Western Spaghetti. Since I have watched this video a week ago, I now have a new decision. This is now my new favorite SMG4 video of all time. And the reason for that is simple. I love how dark and screwed up this video is, but it's also really enjoyable. The main thing this video focuses on is that Maggie wants to find One Shot Ren, which is her inspiration. One Shot Ren was nice at first, but then he started changing quite a bit. And this video even brought back Dusty and Axel. Wow, I have actually been really surprised by this, honestly. Even though they were in this video for a short amount of time, it's nice to see them make a return in SMG4. Around the middle of this video, One Shot Ren actually is proven that he actually is evil, but his backstory pretty much explains why he actually is evil. I love how he was originally a Splatfest champion, but he eventually lost to Inkura from Alex Spider. I can tell it is her. And then One Shot Ren pretty much just became all depressed and no longer is a Splatfest champion and doesn't get the love he deserved. This is honestly one of the saddest backstories ever in SMG4. One Shot Ren's motivations made sense, and this made him my favorite SMG4 villain of all time. I actually have not been grossed out by gore in this video. Honestly, I've mostly been grossed out by gore in SML. And the final fight between Ren and Maggie was honestly one of the best SMG4 fights ever. And the ending where Ren pretty much just gets killed off of SMG4 was emotional, where he actually starts to become sympathetic. And the ending was also really nice. Overall, Western Spaghetti works really well as a Western movie and helps make Western Spaghetti my favorite SMG4 video ever. And the worst thing about this video is that this video wasn't even #1. But first, we got some honorable mentions. I'm just kidding, I don't need honorable mentions. Let's just get to #1.
Chris, did you see that?
Yeah, it wasn't even close. My favorite YouTube video is me at the zoo. This video is literally the definition of perfect. We have Jawed himself talking about elephants, and he is the most likable and intelligent dude ever. Do you want to hear what Jawad's explanation for the elephants are?
The cool thing about these guys is that they have really long fronts.
Wow, that was the most clever thing to learn about elephants. I want to learn about more elephants, dude, please. Here's the thing, why wasn't Jawed on my best YouTubers list? Well, this is the only video that Jawed actually has created. And this video absolutely dominated most of the YouTube videos that are on this list. In my opinion, this is the best YouTube video easily. We got the most fantastic plot, fantastic characters, fantastic animals, fantastic location, fantastic comedy, and fantastic dialogue. In my opinion, this video will always be #1, and I don't think any other video would beat this one. And just like that, the video is over. Wow, this video was actually pretty hard to make. The next video I will be making is my top 10 least favorite YouTube videos ever on this platform. So that is it from Lagosto. I am your host, Lagosto, signing off right now.